bomb cake that you see in front of you, and it's one of a choice of two. That's the carrot cake. We have a vanilla raspberry white chocolate. That price is going to be expiring at the end of the day, and we do not have a lot of these to go around, so do not wait, because this was just on, I think, earlier this month, and the vanilla raspberry white chocolate actually sold out, and you have been working non-stop, Judy Leibovitz, to bring this back.
Yeah, QVC begged and said, please bring it back. So I was in the bakery all weekend helping my employees bake more cakes.
How are you?
My favorite thing to do.
Hi, Sharon. So here are your choices. First of all, feast your eyes. If you want the one that looks beautiful and fresh and pink, that is our vanilla raspberry white chocolate, the one that sold out earlier this month, and we have a very finite. We have fewer of those to go around right now already than we do of the carrot cake, and the carrot cake is the one that you see on the other side that uses pineapple and it uses golden raisins.
Amazing things are inside.
Real carrots.
Real carrots.
So tell us a little bit about Sweet Endings for someone who's never seen you.
Well, I started out of my house 25 years ago, and I had a little red Jeep, and I would deliver out of the back of my car to all the restaurants. And I knocked on a restaurant called the Palm Beach Yacht Club, which is very famous, and the rich and the famous eat there still, always. And they're still using our products.
Right.
Because they're using our products because it's all real ingredients, like you mentioned, like the carrots and the pineapple.
And it's pineapple and golden raisins.
Every single thing goes into our cakes.
And so,
we don't skimp.
And if you can't get there to spend like $1 billion a slice, which you would if you went there, just order something here, because, by the way, this is made for us. So we're going to get back to that vanilla raspberry, which I know is flying out the door, but I don't think of Easter without thinking of carrot cake. This is perfect, and it will arrive on time.
And the bunnies with the little rabbits and the, you know,
they eat carrots. We have to have carrots for spring.
But we did our carrot cake a little differently. We did our carrot cake, our very dense carrot cake with all of those ingredients, and we added the cream cheese frosting in the middle. A huge thing of cream cheese frosting. And then on top, we put our buttercream. And our buttercream is absolutely the silkiest, creamiest, if you'd like to taste our buttercream.
Oh, yes, of course.
And it's all scratch-made, so it's a totally scratch-made buttercream with our dense carrot cake and our cream cheese frosting. So you're getting buttercream and you're getting cream cheese frosting.
You know what? The cream cheese frosting is in the middle, and it's very creamy and rich and dense, but then you get the buttercream, which is so whisper light, so sweet, so fluffy on the outside. I love having both textures in the carrot cake, because nobody puts buttercream on carrot cake. It's only the cream cheese frosting.
Nobody does.
That is delightful.
I mean, usually it's just one kind of frosting, but we're giving you both. And you can see in our carrot cake all of these things. You can see the raisins, you can see the walnuts.
And don't forget, this is not pudding that's in the middle. She does that with a lot of her bomb cakes, but this is true cream cheese frosting in the middle of the cake, and it's dense and delicious. But then we also have our vanilla raspberry white chocolate bomb.
Wonderful.
And this, first of all, anything that has to do with a girl. It could be a baby shower, it could be a wedding shower, it could be a sweet 16 birthday,
Easter,
it could be
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. You can freeze these cakes, and so if you want to save it for an event like that, please do, because when they disappear, I don't know how long it's going to take to be able to bring these back.
No, we could not get the raspberry. We buy our raspberry from California, this amazing, delicious raspberry puree that we put in our raspberry pudding, and we couldn't get it. I had to beg them to send us more last week so we could make these.
So she's not going to make this. Judy will not make this without that specific raspberry puree. So I need to let you know already, we started with 1,600. If you want the vanilla raspberry white chocolate, fewer than 250 already remain. And if you want the carrot cake, 350 remain, and that's it.
So I want to show you also about this cake, though.
Yes.
So we make two batters. We make a vanilla cake batter with buttermilk, and then we make a raspberry batter.
You can see the pink in there.
And we mix them together. So this is not just one batter poured into a pan, and then we put the pudding in it. This is a little bit of everything, and then we put our famous buttercream on the top. And of course, we had to make it pink because it's my favorite color.
I'll take a little bit from here so I don't ruin how pretty it is.
But if you could smell the freshness of these raspberries that go into this cake, I mean, it's just the aroma's delicious.
Oh my gosh. So that's what pink tastes like.
Pink tastes like that. Yeah.
That, you know why I love this? I love this because it's lighter and dreamier. I expected it to be a heavier cake, but the physical cake itself is light. The buttercream is light. Even the pudding has a bright, light taste to it. It's not heavily laden, and that's just fresh and delicious.
It's silky.
It's very silky. Dan Wheeler, I know you're a big carrot cake fan.
I am.
Would you like to try? Because, by the way, there's so much to share in this size of a bomb cake.
Yes.
So how many people
Let me
could
help
Dan
you. Let
Wheeler
me
feed
help
with this
you.
carrot cake?
I have the Dan Wheeler flying fork
You
of
can,
fame.
you can probably get
Flying
at
fork.
least 20 slices out of this. Refreeze it.
gosh.
There's so much you can do with
Is
this.
she
Would
not
you
the
like?
hardest working baker in the cake
Yes,
business
she
I
today?
do work very hard.
You don't
Especially
just
when
do
the QVC says, can you
Oh
get us
my
a
God.
billion
I'm
more
going to
for
give this
Easter?
whole thing to you, Dan.
the whole thing.
The whole piece.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it.
Wow, I'm one happy boy.
And
But no,
I love
her
this
cakes are
cake a
the
little
best.
bit warm too.
Yes.
I mean, all the carrots and the pineapple, you can just taste all those real ingredients.
Will you share? I want to
Oh,
go
I
back
will.
in. And by the way, last call on the vanilla raspberry.
So
And
moist.
this is how it comes too. It comes
But-
in this very sturdy box that wrapped very well. So you can put it in your freezer, you can refreeze it. There's just so
They're
much you
good.
can do with this.
We
They're
had
both
one
so
of
good.
Judy's cakes last Easter, and it was phenomenal. People
Was it the
were
coconut bomb or something
still
else?
talking about it.
Different one?
It was a coconut. Was it the coconut,
Coconut
bomb?
bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
bomb. You're the bomb.
Indeed, as are
Double
you.
bomb. Thank you.
So I need to let you know we are very limited in our quantities. The sign just popped up, and if you want to serve the perfect carrot cake for Easter, the perfect vanilla raspberry, which I think that one has just flown out the door for Easter. If you order with your major credit card, this enormous cake, your shipping is included for
10-inch cake.
$48.62.
It's a 10-inch cake.
And it's tall. Like the whole thing is massive. Your slices are domed. I mean, for heaven's sakes, when you take a look at this, they serve so beautifully. Here, watch this. Check it out.
I'll get you a fork.
Look at that. The whole slice is domed when it comes out.
All that pudding.
Look at that in here. That's right. This is the pudding that's on the inside.
Almost 5 pounds and 10 inches. So it's a very, very large cake. It's probably the largest cake that QVC has.
Yeah, I remember when we first brought you to QVC, it took us a year to get the packaging right because her cakes were too
Right,
big
right.
to ship the traditional
Right,
way. And
right.
so this really will, now it will feed a lot of people, but we can freeze it if we're not going to have a ton of people
You
come
can
over right
freeze
away,
it. Yeah,
right?
you can cut it in quarters. You can eat as much as you want. I had a wonderful lady call me from QVC this week, and she told me that they just cut little pieces and they just take out what they want every time.
Yeah,
So
it's a great way to go.
It
I do that
is.
with the coffee cakes as well that we have at QVC. It's a wonderful way to do it, knowing that you can freeze it and then take out what you want when it's
And
that
it's
big.
nice to, if you had both of these, to cut them in half, and you could serve half and half. So you get a little bit of everything.
that
you
would be
get the
beautiful.
raspberry and you get the carrot. So it's a little bit of everything. What everybody likes.
Okay, so we started with 1,600. We are officially last call on the raspberry. Fewer than 3 dozen remaining. So if you are one of the lucky 36 people that can pick up the phone to grab that
Enjoy it.
vanilla
It's a good cake.
raspberry white chocolate cake that only uses a certain kind of raspberry puree,
Yeah.
that's going to be great. But of course, we have fewer than 300 remaining in the carrot cake, and that may not last the rest of the show. And 47236, thank you for being a part of our holiday
Thank
shows
you.
all the
Happy
time,
holidays.
Judy.
Thank you.
You got a lot of baking to do still.
I do always. Always for you.
So we appreciate it. You stay where you are. And by the way, we have so many wonderful things coming up. Dan, you know I'm waiting to try these.
Okay, everybody, drum roll. We've all been waiting. This is the surprise of the show. These are phenomenal.